What else you got on your list, bro?
All right, let's go to number two here. Oh yeah, this is a real good one here. The spending bill, the big beautiful bill, and actually, yeah. So now I think it's getting ready to hit the Senate, and a lot of people, in spite of what they may say, or what the Republicans are saying, a lot of people are getting ready to get thrown off their health coverage, especially the ones who've got Medicaid and Medicare, which is all funded by the federal government, or at
Look,
least most of it is.
look. Um, we in this country need to get over this bad S word called socialism. Because guess what? We are a socialist society. We fund Medicare, Medicaid, SSI,
Mm-hmm.
SNAP, um, and a host of other things. So we are, by definition, a socialist society. The problem is that people attach socialism with a picture of a welfare queen,
Correct.
you
Right.
know, and that's all they can fucking see, you
Brown
know.
people and black people in particular. Oh, it's
Yeah,
them.
yeah. They're
Sucking the
they're
tit off the
stealing.
system.
Yeah, and it's not the case. Um, but you know, a lot of people aren't well read. They don't go to different sources for information. So when you just see that same information coming at you all the time, you're gonna believe it. Oh,
Sure. Or
this
be
is
very
this is
susceptible
this
to
is
believing it.
really
Right. Exactly.
yeah, this is really what's going on. And I'll give you an example. This whole immigration bullshit, where these motherfuckers just raiding, just picking people up off the street. So Trump said he gonna get all the motherfucking criminals out of here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everybody like, yeah, all right, cool. If they're illegal and they're a criminal doing heinous shit, they need to go. We don't want them here.
Sure.
Everybody jump on that fucking wagon. But guess what? Come to find out, the numbers say otherwise.
You are correct.
Only 6% of all undocumented illegal immigrants are involved in these particular heinous crimes. And we ain't talking about motherfuckers who just traffic ticket,
Right.
you know, jaywalking. You know, we talking about motherfuckers who were stalking, robbing,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
stealing,
Right.
raping, killing, pillaging,
Right.
murdering, you know, doing some white Viking shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But it was only 6%. So
Right.
anyway, I digress. I apologize.
No apologies
Shall we
necessary.
move on?
Yeah, but yeah. So speaking of immigration, and something I couldn't figure out initially when it was going on. This is like this is back during Trump's previous term, and then even now with this the current term, I had a lot of I won't say a lot, but like enough Latinos who I worked with or have as passengers and this and that. And they'd be like, "Hey, aren't you afraid that you're going to get deported too?" And so hear me out on this. And that is, there's a large segment of, of Latin Americans or just immigrants in general, just, who are under the impression that, 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 Black Americans, and when I say Black Americans, I'm talking foundational Black Americans, those of us who can trace our lineage back to the plantations. These people are under the impression that, we immigrated here. I was like, no, that's the furthest thing from the truth. So that being the case, deport me to where? Pennsylvania? Deport me to where my family's, is from? Free trip to Florida? Free trip to Alabama? Yeah, sure. I'll take that.
So look, bruh, we talked about this in a previous uh, episode where I said, look, these motherfuckers are voting against their own self interest if
Oh,
they
yeah.
vote for this motherfucker.
Right.
And they did it. And now they're reaping the
What they say.
rewards
Mm-hmm.
of, you know, what they voted for.
Correct.
This is not our fight. Black folks do not get involved in this fight. This is not our fight.
Our fight, right.
Um,
Because we tried telling these people, but they didn't want to listen because, and what this comes down to is, with a lot of, the Latin Americans, and even the ones who are not white looking, I guess if I would, but back home, they're considered white. And so, maybe they're just under the impression that, oh, okay, well, back home, you're not past or white. Yeah, I mean, that's just the furthest thing, from the truth here. I remember I dated a Colombian woman years ago, and she was very, 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 very fair skinned, okay? But she was completely taken aback that, she was considered not white here when she was considered white, back in her own country. You know what I mean? So it was like complete culture shock for her. And I
it's
think the same. Go ahead.
no, it's I think I heard in a movie somewhere that they just called them niggas with straight hair.
Oh damn.
Uh, you know, it's cool to be black when it's cool to be black.
Right.
And I'll just leave it at that. Because we know
Sure.
what the alternative is, right?
Right.
So, and
I don't know
it's
anything
crazy.
else.
Sometimes, yeah, you'll see some guy getting arrested in the airport or a bar and say, "Look, don't treat me like a black guy. Don't treat me like a nigger. He's treating me like a nigger." And it's a white guy getting arrested by white cops. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. So.
Yeah.
Provided you think you've done nothing wrong.
You don't have to explain.
Teach him a lesson. Fight him.
Master taught me to watch everyone, not miss a trick. Come.
Hey!